Ask a manager. Don't want my coworkers to know I'm living off cupcakes from the employee kitchen. This is a post from Ask a Manager, so I'm not including her responses, but you can click through to read them. And the wonderful community response. Plus 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 plus. Don't want my coworkers to know I'm living off cupcakes from the employee kitchen. November 7th, 2011. Last winter, I made a big geographical move across the country from a town where the economy is always booming to a large city where job opportunities are more far and few between. Long story short, I was getting out of a bad marriage and the environment of my hometown was a toxic backdrop to that. The move was necessary. Unfortunately, it meant restarting my just-out-of-the-gate career, and while I was able to find a job at a medium-sized nonprofit, my pay has been more than halved. I love the organization. Their values and mission match my own, and I usually can't wait to get to work every morning. My job itself is very boring and I am overqualified. And my ongoing search for a better job has been unsuccessful. But I'm so much happier than I've been in years. Until now. Our agency is a member of a much larger charity. And thus every fall we have tons of workplace activities to raise funds for the mother charity. So we have swear jars, 50-50 draws, and other light-hearted fundraising stuff going on. The problem is that we have also designated the agency a jeans-free zone. So our usually very casual dress code will now exclude jeans and require a $5 donation for every violation. I like to think that I am a generous person, dedicated to supporting several charities. But after bills, child support payments to my ex, my monthly transit pass and student loan payments, I have $0 in the bank. I haven't bought shampoo, tampons or food in 4 months, and I am living off food my coworkers bring to share and meals my roommate brings home from her German grandmother. So mostly cupcakes and sausage. I also have 3 pairs of pants, all of them jeans. I got paid yesterday and I have $20 left that I need to buy a Christmas present for my son. No one in my life except my roommate, who has been my best friend for 15 years. My boyfriend and my ex know that I am living this way. I am not thrilled that I can't afford to buy more clothes. But I am thoroughly ashamed that I can't be held to the same giving standard as all my other coworkers. Being left for a younger woman and divorcing at age 26. Being an adult that can't afford to feed herself and being a mother who can't afford to call her toddler when he's just learning to talk have all been pretty humiliating experiences. But I don't know how to deal with my lack of non-denim pants and my lack of paying the toll without exposing my humiliation to my coworkers. I know that a lot of people are going through hard times right now. So I'm sure I'm not the only one with this problem. I just feel like such a failure of a person and I don't want everyone to know about it. Plus 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 plus. Update 1 January 5th, 2012. Sorry it took so long to respond. I've been in the long process of moving to a cheaper place. First of all, to address the original poverty-inflicted jeans issue, I ended up confiding in another coworker prior to discussing the situation with my supervisor. My coworker was very sympathetic and secretly prepaid for all my jeans-wearing days. I did talk with my supervisor about it afterwards because I felt it was the right thing to do in case anyone else in the office was in a similar situation. But I was covered for the month that the fundraiser was in effect. I was completely overwhelmed with the generosity of complete strangers after you posted my question. I really hadn't expected even to get posted, much less the outpouring of response. I received several monetary and pants gifts from Ask a Manager readers across Canada and the US, as well as a ton of thoughtful letters and Christmas cards which I will save. I don't think I can overemphasize how amazing it was to feel the support of so many nice people. It had a huge impact on my life. Thanks to the kindness of your readers, I was able to collect enough clothes for at least the next 2 years. I also was able to buy a few Christmas presents for my son and replace a few household items I had left behind, as well as actually eat nutritious meals for 2 months. It was the best Christmas I have had in years. I made some financial adjustments to cut back on any expenses wherever I could, and I'm now able to make ends meet. It will be a tough year, but I've decided to go back to school next year to improve my career outlook and ensure I can provide for my child. So I am taking on extra employment and freelance where I can get it to save up. I am looking forward to the day when I can pay forward all the kindness I received. Thank you all. Plus 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 plus. Update 2 December 25th, 2014. I wanted to send a quick update since I haven't sent one in a few years, and with the holidays coming up, I am thinking of that original post often. The generosity of your readers still touches me to this day. The financial support I received was incredibly humbling, but it was the genuine kindness that so many people showed my son and I that kept my spirits afloat through a very dark time. I can't quantify the impact that support has had on my life. It's a cliché, but that experience restored my belief in humanity and our collective ability to do great things. I'm happy to report that things have only gotten better since my last update. I married a wonderful man this year, and we celebrated the birth of our youngest son. After a few challenging years that required balancing independent contract work with children in school, I have finally been able to return to school full-time to pursue an accelerated BScN. I am working very hard to honor the support that I received from so many people to get here, and I'm currently in the top 10% of my class. My husband, children, and I have also committed many hours each year volunteering with my former nonprofit employer as our way of paying it forward. I'd like to leave your readers with a message that even a small act of kindness can have a huge impact on someone else's life. I reached out to you with a practical work issue, but you and so many readers were insightful enough to recognize the real problem, that I was struggling and too proud to ask for real help. I think most people have trouble asking for help, so never be afraid to offer it where you think it is needed. It doesn't have to be money or food or clothing. Sometimes just a few kind words of encouragement or appreciation are all that is needed. You can change someone's life, and my family and I are proof of this. I wish you and your readers a happy and hopeful 2015. I really hope Oop is doing really well. I can empathize. When my marriage broke down, lost my job, etc., I discovered that stale bread burned really well in the fire. I had gotten so broke. With the support of friends and family, I picked myself up and turned things around. Kindness can make a huge difference in someone's life. Did everyone just ignore the totally FCK'd up workplace environment? Employees are not ATMs for raising money. Hold up. Being left for a younger woman? When she was 26. Was this other woman even legal? Love that people helped her. Hate that non-profits don't pay their employees enough. The problem is that we have also designated the agency a jeans-free zone. So our usually very casual dress code will now exclude jeans and require a $5 donation for every violation. These kind of things really bother me. If you're changing the dress code company-wide for business reasons, it sucks, but it is what it is. If you're doing in a way to extract money from your employees so you can use that as a company-wide tax write-off, it's ridiculous and BS. Why prepay her jeans fine? instead of just buying her some slacks? Seems like more pants could be had for $100 and then greasy company gets nothing and she has those pants going forward in case other non-jeans moments arise. Just a reminder, the nonprofit Dress for Success is available to help women in this situation. Interview suits. Work clothing. There is a huge surplus of business casual work clothing out there. And anyone with clothing needs can try calling their local thrift store's Salvation Army. For example, in a city I used to live in, anyone with a WIC card could get 12 pieces of clothing per family per week. On Wednesday afternoons. If jeans are or aren't allowed in the dress code, then they're violating their own company policy. They can't make an employee pay money for wearing jeans. I don't care if this is the best charity in the world. That's a stupid, short-sighted, classist attempt to get employees, who are already doing their part by working for the charity, to do even more than their job requires. Don't use your employees for fundraisers. Wonder what happened with her older child. How did people know where to send her stuff? I assume the original Ask a Manager site didn't exactly post her address. I love this. Asking for help is so damn hard. I know BCI now, solo parent, 3 kids. I still struggle with asking for help from friends and family. BCI don't want to impose. Well, this one got me teary-eyed. A lot of us are really 1 or 2 paychecks away from being in poverty. I heard of the phrase being poor is expensive, and I didn't learn what that really meant until much later. There are some loose ends in her story, but overall, I hope Oop and her fam are in a good spot. I love that it's turned out, but am mad AF that a non-profit organization can be paying its employees so little that they cannot afford food. As someone who has worked in and will continue to work in nonprofit and adjacent settings, this is unacceptable. We cannot help others if we are not making a living wage. A nonprofit must show their values through the way they treat their employees. And this one does not pass that test. Not for the OOP or OP, obviously. If you are in a challenging situation stretching your food budget, just had surgery, or another life event where a meal would be helpful, there is https www.lasagnalove.org/. You can request a lasagna once a month. It's delivered to you. The group is now international. Why is she paying child support when her income is so low? It's a bit tacky that a non-profit would shake down its employees like that for an entire month. I get wanting your employees to care about the cause, but you're literally asking them to give back their paycheck and work for free. I am so full of smiles from this post. The response she got was so beautiful and clearly changed her outlook on life in the best way. Why is she paid so much less than her colleagues? Glad she's in a better spot now, but it really sucks to see the exploitation and people just take it lying down because they are so demoralized. Isn't child support kinda like alimony, where the amount owed goes down if the person's income also dropped? Assuming a good faith effort to not game the system. How does a woman have a boyfriend and no food?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.